Wind, Water, Stone by Octavio Paz. As the world is embroiled in unspeakable miseries, here is a poet who tells us there is no destruction in the world but only change of forms from one to another. This is Octavio Paz. Ruined by the Mexican Civil War, pain and anguish was the central theme of many of his poetry. Octavio Paz is a Mexican poet, writer, and a diplomat. He was born on March 31st, 1914, died on April 19th, 1998. He has received Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1990. Here are his notable works: Sunstone, The Labyrinth of Solitude, the poems of Octavio Paz, and Beneath Your Clear Shadow and other poems. Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed is the cardinal rule. This poem envisages how elements change one another. Great physicists founded this theory, and Octavio Paz creates scenarios to prove that. In this poem, he says that wind, water, and stone are the same. They change one into the other. This is a classic poem of 4 stanzas of 4 lines each, with an irregular rhyme scheme to connote the change. Here is the poem, the first stanza. Water, hollow stone, wind scatters water. Stone stops the wind. Water, wind, stone. In the first stanza, the poet says that the stone is made hollow by the continuous passing of the water. The wind scatters the water. Even the stone stops the mighty wind. Nobody is stronger, nobody is weaker. Stanza 2. Wind carves stone, stones a cup of water. Water escapes and is wind. Stone, wind, water. Like the action of the water, the wind can erode the stone and carve it. The carved stone can become a cup to hold the water, but the wind and water both can escape from the hold of the stone. Third stanza. Wind sings in its whirling, water murmurs going by, unmoving stone keeps still, wind, water, stone. In the third stanza, the speaker explains how they become music makers. The wind can make a song when it whirls. Water can murmur during its flow of passage, while the stone can be stagnant to keep still to become the backdrop of the song. Here is a final stanza. Each is another and no other, crossing and vanishing through their empty names: water, stone, wind. Finally, each one is the other and there is no one. With their nameless forms, they cross one another and vanish into another form. Here, the author means that culture is similar and yet different. Ultimately, all power ceases to hold another, and if you can hold with love, it can stay. Now, to analyze the poem, we find that each stanza describes the abilities of wind, water, and stone and relates the three to each other. You see, there is repetition in the last line of each stanza. You have the same three words, but different order to make the effect. To sum up, we see how nature has effects on everything. The poet uses personal life to mold his writing. On the whole, the poem is about how people stays the same yet is different as time goes on, using his native land as backdrop. Here are a few questions to